Hey you, what up? Welcome to my second video of 2021 and my first foundation review of 2021. Hey guys, Maryam here. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the new Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. Now, this product I've seen a lot of recently, especially on the gram. I've seen a lot of ads for it. I haven't actually seen too many people talking about this product. This is kind of perfect for me. I want to get Team Truth on it. Also, this is said to be a dewy type of foundation that I am so looking forward to in 2021. I definitely want to have that modern, youthful, glowy type of coverage. And even though I'm an oily skin girl, I still want to follow the trends and I kind of want to head in the direction of the beauty trends. Right now it looks really good on my skin, but of course I'm going to be conducting a wear test at the end of the day. Be sure to watch until the end because it is muy importante. And now with that said, let's get into this video, you guys. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos. And now let's get to it. Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. Are you the one for me or not? Good morning. This is me and my hair in the morning. This is what I look like. Anyway, let's get into this video. I am really excited about this new Urban Decay Tinted Glow Hydrator. Hydromaniac is what they call it. This is a $29 product. Up to 24-hour hydration, up to 24-hour glow. Supposed to be a dewy, juicy, healthy looking skin glow type of finish. That sounds really good to me. I am an oily skin gal, as you all know, or may not know, but now you know. The makeup trends and just beauty trends in general are all shifting towards a more current, more youthful, more glowy, dewy finish. And even though I'm an oily skin person, I am also seeking for that dewy glow. So I've been testing out a lot of foundations. I'm very excited that this dewy foundation is my first foundation test for 2021. I really want to test all their claims, want to see what the fuss is all about, because I did see a lot of ads for this product. Matter of fact, when I go to Urban Decay's Instagram page, all I see is a feed full of this Hydromaniac product. No shade to Urban Decay and no shade to makeup brands in general, but typically when a product is pushed out that much, when it's really like shoved down our throats, for lack of a better word, that usually tells me that this product needs to be shoved down our throats, if you know what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean that this is, you know, a bad product. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get Team Truth on it, duh. I have this product in just one shade, which is 50, medium with a warm undertone. That sounds like me. Of course, I'm also going to do a wear test. I'm not gonna do a 24-hour wear test. That's just crazy for me, but I do know that there are certain people, one of my best friends is one of those people who will need to wear a foundation for up to 24 hours because she is a nurse. She's a frontline worker. So I get it. I get the claim. I get that, you know, some people absolutely need this kind of wear. I'm just not one of them. So I will test it for the amount of time that I think is appropriate. Squeezy tube, which I love. This just helps you get the most out of the product. It helps you get the most usage out of it. All right, so let's test the shade right here. I mean, honestly, not bad. It kind of just like blended into nothingness. I like the fact that this is a medium coverage product. I'm not gonna front, I'm kind of excited about it. Yes, I did see a lot of ads. Yes, I did see Urban Decay pushing this product a lot, but I'm looking for a healthy, glowy, tinted moisturizer type of product that's easy to wear, that feels very modern, that's following the beauty trends. And I really hope that this product is it. I am a huge fan of Urban Decay. I've loved them for years. So I really hope this works for me and also for you. All right, time for some thumbnail faces. So now the way that you're supposed to apply this product is actually with your fingers, which I'm not a fan of. Listen, I am wearing press-ons. I like to use brushes in general. I am a brushes girl, but for the sake of today's video, I will use my fingers. I'm also gonna apply primer just to one side of my face, and we'll be using my Essence Tinted Primer that I love, that made it to my 2020 faves video. Only gonna be using this primer on one side of the face. This is the lightest shade, light beige. So it's not gonna necessarily match me, but that's fine. I use this Eco Tools brush that I've been using specifically for this primer. Just gonna buff it out. My skin right now, I will say, is on the better side. It is healing. Unfortunately, skin gods did not bless me for New Year's Eve. I broke out some kind of crazy. I actually think I might have had a reaction to a product that contains lactic acid. And lactic acid is actually known for having a purging skin effect on those of us with acne-prone skin. So that's exactly what happened to me. I used the product 3 days in a row, and lo and behold, I purged just in time for New Year's. But that's fine. Right now, my skin is actually healing, so it's doing much better. I'm hoping that this product will minimize my dark spots. I understand that it may not necessarily get rid of them and cover them altogether, but I'm hoping it will blur them just a bit. I'm going to start applying it to this side of the face. I'm just gonna allow my primer side a second or two to set. So let's do it. Okay. Wow. Wow, maybe this is my thumbnail face. How is this medium coverage? This feels so full. Huh? What? This is covering everything. Was not ready. I was not ready at all. Definitely feels a little bit balmy on the skin, but it's blending out quite lovely, even though I'm blending it out with my fingers. I suppose the reason why it needs to be blended out with the fingers is because this is a product that needs to be warmed up. And because it feels a little bit sticky, I am noticing that you definitely do need to put a little bit of that finger muscle into it to really blend it out, which is not my favorite thing. I don't like to rub my skin with my fingers. My skin on my face is very sensitive to the touch. I get very red and very irritated the moment that I start rubbing. So I try to avoid the rub, which unfortunately you can't really avoid with this product. Let's try that on my forehead. Again, not bad. Not bad at all. But what if I try a brush? I think the brush method is working just fine, although I already did most of the rubbing in with my fingers. But even on this side of my forehead, where I didn't rub the product in, it's blending out quite lovely. I mean, overall, it's looking really, really good. Definitely very dewy, shiny in the places where you want it to shine, kind of just on the high points of the face. You know, when I turn from side to side, it definitely looks very dewy, very fresh, not oily, not greasy, just like healthy, you know? All right, so far so good. At first impression, we're impressed. Is it covering up all of my acne scars? No, not really. But was I expecting that? Yeah, I kind of was. It is emphasizing a little bit of my flakiness right here, but not overly. So now let's apply this Glow Hydrator, Hydromaniac, to this side of the face. I'm gonna build it up. I already have a nice layer of my Essence Tinted Primer. So here I'm just gonna buff it into my skin and see what happens. Cat hair. All right, it's working with the primer as well, but it's giving a slightly different effect. So on this side of the face, I feel like I'm looking a lot more dewy and a lot more glowy, whereas on this side of the face, it almost has a mattified effect. Is it me, or are you also seeing it? Like, this is not as glowy as this side over here. I like both, but because I have some experience with these types of products, I'm thinking that this side of the face will definitely wear better and longer than this side here. I can already see the product bunching up right here in my nasal fold, which is, you know, not sexy at all, but it happens to me because I am just really that oily girl. But to be honest, you don't even have to be oily to experience this. I feel like this happens to just about anyone. It is what it is, you know? All right, so now I'm just like observing my skin very close into my mirror. My forehead looks nearly flawless, but that's also because my forehead is pretty flawless, if I do say so myself. I hardly ever break out on my forehead, and it is pretty darn smooth. All right, so now let's just go through the checklist. My pores. I'm definitely liking my pores on this side of the face more than on this side of the face. Because of the primer, the pores are minimized and just my texture is feeling a little bit more smooth looking. However, I do kind of appreciate this very youthful glow that this side of the face is offering because there was no primer and it's just the product speaking for itself. I think the finish is really, really pretty. Just looking at myself in my monitor, I like how I look. No, the coverage isn't full. Not everybody needs full coverage. You could still see my spots and imperfections, which is fine. I can easily just add some concealer on top and make it work. So I'm kind of torn. I don't know which side I like more, but I guess let's try it out with some other products and let's see how other products work with it. So for my concealer today, I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape. Why? Because it's just a great concealer that is one of my faves and has been a fave for a long time. Also gonna use it to just brighten a couple of areas here and there, maybe conceal a couple of spots there and here, and then just blend it all out. I'm gonna use this Huda Beauty brush, the Naughty Diffuser. All right, not bad with a concealer. Definitely a lot more flawless than before. So far I'm thinking that just this coverage plus the concealer would be great for every day. It's really not too much, but it's enough to make you feel really comfortable and confident in your own skin. Now let's move on to some powder. I'm gonna use my One Size translucent setting powder. Just set it and forget it. Now I'm only really setting those zones that tend to get very oily on me. The area in the center of my face, my porous zones, in between my brows and my forehead. Of course, I'm also setting my nostril folds, but essentially I'm leaving alone those parts where I still want to have the dew. So I'm leaving my cheekbones and the perimeter of my face alone because that's where I still want to have that subtle glow and just that impact, that dewy impact. For my bronzer today, I'm gonna be using this Candlelight Sheer Perfecting Powder from Mercier. Actually, not a bronzer, more like a candlelight glow type of product. It has a tint, but it has more of a glowy tint rather than a flat tint. So I think it's only going to add to the glowy effect that I'm going for. I'm hoping it's really going to emphasize the dew. So I'm just gonna swipe that across my forehead. Very light strokes. Also gonna hug my cheekbone with that product. And that's it. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is grab my phone and show you what my skin looks like up close. I feel like it's very important to show you what it looks like once it's freshly set with powder, once I have all the products on, before I enhance the rest of my face, before I create the look. All right, so here we go. Let's zoom in on the skin on this side of the face, the natural side of the face without any primer. I love the fact that you can still see my freckles. I like that my pores are not emphasized, but everything looks pretty smooth, pretty radiant, just dewy enough, but really, really good. And then this side of the face, I think is looking just a little bit more matte, but overall, again, it's looking really, really fresh. The coverage, I would agree, is medium, but promising. All right, I have just a couple more spots that I need to cover up. Just a couple of breakouts here and there. And now I think I'm ready to do the rest of the face. I will be right back. All right, makeup on. So I just added the Fenty cream blush in Petal Poppin' to my apples of the cheeks. I added some liner, some lip liner. This is what my skin is looking like at this point. I actually quite like this very effortless but modern makeup look. I really like the way that my skin is looking in the mirror and also in the monitor. And so far, I gotta say, I am pretty impressed. Not just with the texture and the finish of this foundation or Tinted Glow Hydrator, but also even with the coverage. I feel like this is a medium coverage that feels, what's the word? Just a little bit more than a medium, you know? But all of that aside, let's see what the claims are actually all about. Let's see how this product wears. So let's go ahead and plug in some of that good old time warping music for that wear test. You ready? I'm ready. All right, I am back in the filming room. I intended for this wear test to be as long as possible of a wear test. I was kind of going for like 8 hours, possibly even 10. However, I stopped at 6 because, sweetie, the forehead is really, really shining. So let's talk about this wear test. I am going to put my hair back. I'm going to scoot on over so that you can better see what is happening on my face. All right, so this side of the face, as you remember, was the side without any primer. Although it doesn't look terrible because I'm not breaking out per se. My skin, especially over here, my cheek area is looking like an oiled up orange. Okay, you could see every single pore, you could see every single imperfection. As much as I want to say this is okay, it is absolutely not okay. I am just not loving this. It's not acceptable. On this side of the face, the wear is a little bit better. I did wear the Essence primer that I love. However, if I zoom in even closer, you could see there's some caking up around my mouth right here, around the nasolabial folds, and of course, there's a good amount of creasing around my nostrils. The forehead, I mean, should I do it? Let's do it. You ready? Oh, baby, that is greasy. All right, so let's go over all of these claims that are on the back of the box. Up to 24-hour glow, dewy, juicy finish, healthy looking skin glow. I don't know, you guys decide. Is this a healthy looking skin glow or is this just a grease pan. Honestly, you don't need to be a brainiac to decide this is way too greasy. This is just not what I signed up for. Up to 24-hour wear. I don't know about that. I got like 3 to 4 hours max before it started breaking up on me and looking like a hot ass mess. So I would say that claim is false. And even though this has marula oil and kombucha filtrate, my oily skin is just too oily. I don't know what more to say. I feel like products that contain oil in them actually help oily skin produce more oil, but in this case, I just don't think that's the case. I mean, it's overproducing the oils. That's the bottom line here. So Team Truth, my verdict is the following. This Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator unfortunately did not pass my wear test. My skin is just too oily for this type of a formulation as much as I wanted to love it. And the reason why I wanted to love it is because it looked good for the first like 2 or 3 hours. It looked really solid. It was making me feel kind of glowy and dewy and current and all the things that I want from a tinted moisturizer, hydrator, or even a foundation. But unfortunately, it just did not pass the wear test. I would not feel comfortable going outside like this. Even if half of my face was covered up, I would not feel comfortable with this forehead facing the world. Just absolutely not. I am going to have to give this product a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. A 6 because it is a pretty nice product. So if it passed the wear test, I would probably give it like a 7.5 or maybe an 8. But the fact that it was just not meant for me, unfortunately, has to bring it down to a 6. So if you are someone who perhaps has really dry skin, or even if you have normal skin, you will probably get some use out of it. But if you're oily AF, like me, then this wear test is for you. So you guys, I might have mentioned this before. I'm kind of on the hunt for a dewy foundation that stays put on my oily AF skin. And spoiler alert, I might have just found one. But I just had to review this one first, just in case, okay? So stay tuned, all right? I'm not gonna give you guys any more clues. Now, let's zoom on out so that you can check out my next 2 videos. One that you may like, or my most recent video, just in case you haven't watched it, all right? I'll see you in the next one.